cosmopolitan city today created history 59 years ago. The story of the Colombo Plan begins there. The economic and social instability that followed World War II led leaders in the region to think of helping each other in order to have a shared prosperity. The need of an organization for the economic and social development in the Asia-Pacific region was strongly felt and articulated by the foreign ministers of the British Commonwealth at a meeting in Colombo in 1950. And thus, the dream that eventually became the Colombo Plan was conceived. On the 1st of July 1951, the Colombo Plan was established to become the oldest regional intergovernmental organization for the economic and social development in the Asia-Pacific today. At the inception, there were 7 member countries: Australia, Canada, India, Pakistan, New Zealand, Sri Lanka, and the United Kingdom. Today, the Colombo Plan has expanded its membership to include 26 countries belonging to regional organizations like ASEAN, SAARC, West Asia, and the Pacific. The logo of the Colombo Plan very significantly symbolizes its objectives and the needs of its member countries. The traditional oil lamp, or deepa, represents knowledge and sharing of knowledge, while the gear wheel and the 2 stalks of paddy represent industry and agriculture, which are the bases of the economies in many member countries in the Asia-Pacific region.
From the start of Colombo Plan, the concept was based on self-help and mutual help, and also the fact that many developing countries at that time were just emerging from the destruction and the ravages of World War II. So Colombo Plan is very much fashioned along the lines of, say, the Marshall Plan, but with a different slant, that it is to be funded by the developed member countries for the development of the less developed countries among its members.
The name Colombo Plan was given to this newly formed regional organization since the idea was conceived of and the organization was hosted in Colombo.
The concept of the Colombo Plan was credited to 2 of these founder leaders. The first was former President J.R. Jayawardena, and who was then the Finance Minister of Ceylon, and Sir Percy Spender, the then Foreign Minister of Australia. It became a toss-up in the history of Colombo Plan, how it became to be called the Colombo Plan, because it was at that time debated whether it should be called the Jayawardena Plan or the Spender Plan. And fortunately, this was very happily resolved by the representative from New Zealand, who suggested that since Ceylon and Colombo is going to be the host of this organization, that it should then be called the Colombo Plan. And that was how Colombo Plan was born on 1st July 1951.
The Colombo Plan was established with 4 main objectives: to promote interest in and support for the economic and social development of Asia and the Pacific, to promote technical cooperation and assist in the sharing and transfer of technology among member countries, to keep under review relevant information on technical cooperation between the member governments, multilateral and other agencies, with a view to accelerating development through cooperative effort, to facilitate transfer and sharing of the developmental experiences among member countries within the region, with emphasis on the South-South cooperation and triangular cooperation approach. Contributions of the Colombo Plan in the economic and social development of the member countries are very significant. The Colombo Port and Airport, Galoya Reservoir, and the Hardy Technical Institute in the Eastern Province in Sri Lanka are some of the very significant landmarks of the Colombo Plan's realm of activities. The legendary 50 Canadian locomotives that connect all parts of Sri Lanka can also be highlighted as another contribution of the Colombo Plan to enhance the development of its member countries. These locomotives still proudly travel across the country to continue to meet the transport needs even today. These young nurses from Sri Lanka created history when they were selected as the first batch of Colombo Plan trainees to be sent to New Zealand for training. India, Malaysia, the Maldives, Vietnam, Afghanistan and many other member countries too benefited from the historical contributions of the Colombo Plan.
That's why many roads, dams, infrastructure, institutes of higher learning, ports and harbours, and in Ceylon at that time, major projects in dam construction would include projects like Galoya and of course the very famous 50 diesel locomotives from Canada, which I believe are still running and carrying Sri Lankans at this moment. And of course the port construction, whereby the first development was through the Colombo Plan, and university like Peradeniya, University of Colombo, and also the genesis of the University of Moratua. These are an example. Of course, I cannot list a long list of projects that have been implemented in many of our developing member countries, but as an example, it shows the variety and the scope that Colombo Plan had in the past.
The highest review and policy-making body of the Colombo Plan is the Consultative Committee, and this is represented by all member governments. Its biennial meetings provide a platform for the member countries to make strategic policy decisions regarding the activities of the Colombo Plan. The Colombo Plan Council comprises heads of diplomatic missions of the member governments who are resident in Colombo in Sri Lanka. President of the Council is selected from among member countries annually on an alphabetical rotational basis. The Council meets quarterly. Its responsibility is to provide guidance to the Secretariat and ensure the smooth implementation of the Consultative Committee's decisions. The Colombo Plan Secretariat is the heart of the organization. It is located in Colombo, Sri Lanka, since 1951. The Secretariat is headed by a Secretary General. The Secretariat ensures smooth implementation of all the Colombo Plan's activities to meet the capacity building needs of member countries. At the moment, the Colombo Plan Secretariat is headed by its first ever Asian female Secretary General, Dato Patricia Yunmoy Chia from Malaysia.
In 1990s, Colombo Plan faced a very important decision at the crossroad of its existence, I should say. It was either to complete the mission, as some people believed Colombo Plan has already done, or to have Colombo Plan restructured and revitalized as the new Colombo Plan. So this decision, happily for all of us, was taken in 1994 that Colombo Plan should restructure and be revitalized using South-South cooperation and to